Want to know what Chaos Space Marines could do but don't have a couple of hours to watch a video? I'll tell you everything you need to know in under 5 minutes. Just some general information first. The Chaos Space Marines are in a great place now. This could definitely push them right to the top tier. Emperor's Children, Word Bearers and Black Legion with Abaddon seem to be the biggest winners. Units have finally got their extra wounds, so Marines have got 2, Terminators and Chosen have got 3. Death to the False Emperor and Hateful Assault have gone. Generally attacks are being built into datasheets. Chaos Space Marines are now called Legionaries. If you want to include other factions like Death Guard, Thousand Suns, their datasheets are now in their own codexes, they're not in this book. Marks of Chaos are really good and do something. The Codex is definitely leaning towards melee builds. There are 8 legions, each with their own Warlord Traits, Relics and Stratagems. The book is absolutely cram full. Having a look at the army-wide rolls, you can only take 1 Chaos Lord on Demon Prince per detachments. Malicious Follies is still there, so that's rapid fire at the max range for bolters. A new faction ability has been added called Let the Galaxy Burn, which is exploding 6s to hit, depending on which doctrine they're in. Depending on what turn you're in, depends on what weapons get the exploding 6s. But it's pretty strong how much of your army is going to get this. Flame weapons in general always get +2 extra hits, and most units have flame weapon options available. Demon weapons have been changed and actually a bit more troublesome to use. You roll 2d6 to beat your leadership, and as long as you do, then you just fight normally. If you fail, you can still fight, but you have to take d3 mortal wounds. As you'll see later, demon weapons have some amazing relics. Warlord traits. There's 6 generic traits available, and then loads more in each legion. The best 2 though are Flames of Spite, reroll wounds in melee, and 6s to wound cause a mortal wound extra. Unholy Fortitude is a 5-up feel no pain. Relics. A really strong relic section with 17 available in addition to the Legion ones. Lots of choice, and in particular the god-specific demon weapons are great. For Undivided, every wound deals 1 mortal wound. Khorne, it's plus d3 damage. For Nurgle, hits auto wound and you can't ignore wounds. Tzeentch ignores invuns, and Slaanesh gives you 2 d3 extra attacks. You can see what I said about how good demon relics are. Marks of Chaos, the points-based upgrade system for core and character units. All of them are 15 points each, and if you take an icon then you get extra double buffs. There's various restrictions and requirements, and to have them gives you access to strats, psychic powers, prayers, you gain the god-specific buff, and then if you have an icon you get an extra one as well. They're listed below, but just to call out Slaanesh for fights first and +1 to hit in melee. Psychic powers. There are 3 god-specific powers and then 12 others spread across 2 disciplines, and this is in addition to the Legion powers. The Master of Possession has a fantastic set available to them. These are probably going to be an auto-include. Some of the best ones, you've got Delightful Agonies, the Slaanesh one, a Warp Charge 6. It's a 5-up feel no pain. The classic Prescience for Warp Charge 7 is +1 to hit. And Pacts of Flesh for Warp Charge 5, heal d3 wounds and return a slain model. Prayers to the Gods, a litany-like ability. They generally go off on a 3+, but it's only a 2+ for Dark Apostles. There are 4 god-specific prayers and then 6 others. Probably the best one is Blissful Devotion for Slaanesh, which is Advance and Charge. Always a powerful ability. And there are some other good ones, including reroll hits and +1 to wound. There are 8 legions, and I'm not going to go through too much detail, as otherwise this video would be super long. So just to highlight some of the main things about them, I've said that Emperor's Children and Word Bearers are probably the 2 biggest winners, but Black Legion are going to be played just because of how strong Abaddon is. Starting with Black Legion, they get a +1 to hit on the charge, or +1 to hit for ranged against the closest unit. Word Bearers reroll hits in the first round of combat, and a 5-up feel no pain against mortal wounds. Night Lords have some leadership and combat attrition debuffs, and they get +1 to wound in melee against leadership 5 or lower. Iron Warriors ignore cover, and you can't reroll wounds against them. Alpha Legion are -1 to hit at anything over 12 inches. They can also fall back and charge. Emperor's Children ignore hit roll, weapon skill, or ballistic skill modifiers, so they're always hitting on 3s or better. 6s to wound will gain extra AP. Red Corsairs got Advance and Charge, and they also count as multiple models on objectives. And Creations of Bile, they get +1 inch to move, and +1 strength, and they can also get to fight in death. Stratagems. Loads and loads available depending on your legion and your god devotion. But some of the good ones to highlight are Grandfather's Blessing for 1 or 2 CP. This is transhuman for Nurgle units. Hatred Eternal 2 CP. Shoot or fight twice for legionaries. And Blasphemous Machines for 1 or 2 CP. Demon Engines count as a full profile. Demon Engines are also something that's won in this codex. I hope you found this useful and drop me any comments about what legion you're going to be playing. See you again soon. Bye.